Hello, in this video I'll be using 3 different lean production tools and applying them to my daily life at home. The first tool is the 5S. The 5S is a workplace organization method which consists of sort, set, shine, standardize, and sustain. I'll be using this methodology to clean up my workplace area, my desk, since it can be seen that it's very messy and filled up with unnecessary things. Now, here is the process of how I organize my desk.
Sit up, hey, you sit up, hey, you sit up, hey, you sit up, hey,
As you can see, after doing the 5S process, the desk is cleaner and way more organized. Regarding future improvements, I think that I will be adding more essentials to my desk and focus on keeping it neat every other day. So for the next lean tool, I used Kanban and applied it to a problem that we had about restocking the dog food in our house. I interpreted Kanban as a signal to indicate when something needs to be restocked or done so that production increases, decreases, or stays at a constant pace. In this case of the dog food example, the system of feeding my dog is pulling the replenishment of dog food. The problem is that we have to guess how much food is left for a day or two, that there is no exact signal, and the restocking of the food can vary within days, since there can be some days when everyone is busy or the store is closed. Here is the bag that we use to store the dog food in, with the cup that is used to measure the quantity of the dog food that we have to give to our dog. This or before. In order to solve this problem, I thought about 2 different things. The first idea was to buy a nuclear bin where we can store the food and then give it labels that indicate how much food in the day is left. Then I thought about how a motorcycle tank or just tanks that store fuel in general have a reserve. This reserve works in the way that you have a smaller tank that is only used when large tanks run out of fuel. I decided to incorporate this idea as a part of my Kanban. In this video, you can see the process of how I started to set up my 2-bin system and store the food in them. I decided to have a 2-day reserve on the small tank. I measured a 2-day reserve by placing 2 full cups, one for the day and one for the night, and then that was a day. Then I put 2 more full cups to fill in the other day, a total of 2 days, and then place a small tank inside the large tank. After that, I started to measure another 2 cups for another day, but I placed this third ration inside the large tank, making the total food in the tank last for 3 days. After putting the 2 cups, I always evened up the food and then marked the number of days. Then I repeated this process for 4 and 5 days. After 5 days, marked and taking into account, I just filled up the tank with the rest of the food in the bag and sealed the large tank properly. The last part of this process was to explain to everyone in the house how the system worked. Overall, this kind of an application gave us some benefits in the house, like warning us up to 5 days before we need to replenish our dog's food, and in case of emergency, it has a reserve. To improve this and maintain this, we'll probably change it so it is more visually appealing and that the labels are more clear. And for maintaining it, we have to observe how it works for a few weeks and then evaluate if we need to change something more. The next applied tool is SMED. I interpreted SMED as a method to remove external tasks with the purpose of making a process faster and more efficient. I applied this tool to the laundry process that makes place in my house. I identified a problem where before doing the laundry, the white and colored clothes had to be separated before doing it. The separation took some time, so I came up with a way to remove this. As you can see in the picture, these are all the clothes that have to be washed, and they're all mixed, and they will have to be eventually separated. The process before looked like this. After looking at the process before, the process to allocate the clothes in the corresponding white and colored piles took the most time, so I applied SMED by removing this external factor and incorporating it to the first step of doing the laundry, which is putting your dirty clothes in a laundry bin. I placed 2 laundry bins in each bathroom so that when you remove clothes, and was already 1 bin to place white clothes and 1 bin to place colored clothes. Since the clothes are already allocated, when you took the laundry downstairs, you first grab the white clothes of everyone and place them directly to the laundry machine. Then, you repeat this process with the colored clothes. This application is meant to remove the allocation time, so that you replace the clothes in the laundry machine faster, and then, since the laundry machine is occupied, you can apply the same collection process but with the colored clothes, which makes the process more time efficient. The next step to improve this process is to observe if everyone in the house is following the allocation of clothes to their corresponding bins, and if they are not, build label signs that say colored and white in order to ensure that the process is being followed. In conclusion, it is good that we learned about these lean tools in class, and even better that we got to apply them in simple house things, since I am now able to understand these concepts clearly. I also learned that these tools can be applied from to the largest of projects to the smallest, and they will always be effective to some degree. Last but not least, I believe that practicing these skills is very effective since it is part of the path of becoming an engineer. Thank you for watching.